It's South Africa's 16th annual National Parks Week from tomorrow. This coincides with the launch of a website that takes visitors on a digital tour of the country's 19 national parks. South African National Parks Week is traditionally held in September, but for the second year, SanParks has postponed the event to November due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Joining me now is SanParks Acting CEO Dumisani Dlamini. Mr. Dlamini, thank you very much for your time. Can you give us the details for those visitors wanting to visit the parks physically in person?
Thank you very much for having me, and good afternoon to you and your viewers. It's indeed, we have launched SanParks Weeks from today, which starts on the 22nd of November all the way to the 28th of November. Most of the parks will open during the week, but there are a couple of parks which you can check in our website, which will be open over the weekend to allow those who would have been at work or at schools and then an opportunity to go and visit those particular parks. So really it's giving free access, and I want to repeat this, free access to all South African citizens with a valid identity to come and visit any of our 20 national parks. So you go to your park of your choice and then you enjoy the beauty of our natural, our cultural heritage. I mean, these are assets of the country, and SanParks really manage them on behalf of the entire South African. Just in a nutshell, we have about 20 national parks that SanParks manages, which include 10 marine protected areas, which are along 5 coastal parks of the national parks. And these are available throughout the country for you to enjoy, as well as the citizens of this country. So it's a campaign that really sponsored by our two partners, which is Total Energy, as well as First National Bank, which have been our partners for a number of years. And I must indicate that this particular SanParks initiative, it started in 2006, and it has given an opportunity to more than 591,234 people, some of them who have never an opportunity to be in a national park, than to visit these parks.
Mr. Dlamini, in terms of planning, will there be limits to the numbers of people who can access these parks each day?
So we observe COVID-19 protocols, so there will be quotas depending on which park the individual will be visiting. There is a visitor management system that is in place to make sure that this event doesn't become a super spreader. What I will encourage that the fellow South African is really to observe, and if it happened that you are part of the limit of the quota, please check for the next day. As I've indicated, it starts on Monday and it pushes all the way to the weekend. And I really believe that with that full work, you will have an opportunity in one of the days to then visit some of your project, your favorite park.
Making this tour of these 19 or 20 parks available digitally certainly opens it up to many more South Africans to get a view of the parks. What can visitors expect in terms of their digital experience?
So we've got our cameras, which really shows the different animals. I mean, you might be lucky to see a lion attacking a wildebeest, and in certain areas you will be able to actually see how we track our animal, and animal behavior is quite very crucial in these particular instances. And I want to indicate that whether you're watching via visual means, which is online, or you're at the park, I mean, just to have that interaction with nature, it just brings a particular healing to an individual. But the reality is that when you are in a particular park, this is when you gain, I mean, the real experience of the beauty of the nature. We are currently launching in Addo Elephant National Park, which is in the Eastern Cape, which is one of our top parks. And if you allow me, it's one of the largest populations of penguins, and it includes both terrestrial as well as marine park. We call it's a big 7. You know why? Because it's got also marine species in addition to the top 5, which is your whale as well as the white shark. And I mean, it's so amazing to be in touch with such a park like that.
Thank you so much for taking the opportunity to speak to us, encouraging all our viewers to make use of that free entry into any of those 19 SanParks across the country. That was Acting CEO Dumisani Dlamini.